Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome back to Donkey Kong Country. Last time we finished off World 2, and today we will be beginning World 3. And from this point on, pretty much, we are going to be having 6 levels per world, meaning at least 3 levels per video, and then some videos we're even going to have a boss. Hopefully, from here on out, the videos start to get a little bit longer, because the levels will hopefully start to get a little bit longer and more complex with, well-hidden bonus games and all that. So yeah, hopefully, the kind of, pandemic of the videos being too short will hopefully, be cured a little bit from here on out. But with that said, Vulture Culture is the first level of World 3, and when I was a kid, World 3, this was always the part of the game where I started to have quite a bit of trouble. I don't know, the levels get a bit tricky, you have a lot more barrel shenanigans going on. It just got kind of tough for me, especially, someone... I'm pretty young. I wasn't super great at video games back then. Still had a lot to learn. But now I've just been kind of breezing through Donkey Kong Country 1. It's like, what? Is that game even considered difficult? I did not even know that. Also, there's a few, as I'm sure you've seen, there's a lot of bonus games which are, really kind of vaguely indicated. There was just a really, nondescriptive line of 3 bananas there, and you're supposed to somehow figure out to use the tire underneath it to get into the bonus game up above. That's pretty weird. Most people, I had trouble finding bonus games like that as a kid. But now that I've played Donkey Kong Country 1 so many times, it's like, I get how this game works. It's not so much of a mystery for me, although I totally don't blame anyone who does have trouble with that these days, because it is just not super obvious. And here we go, 2 bonus games, and we got these guys here. And we get these really weird... this is another one of those really weird bonus games where you jump on these guys, and you just have to keep doing that, and then they drop bunches of bananas, but unlike normal bunches of bananas that you would find in a level, just lying around, these ones don't necessarily give you 10. Just kind of, they need to keep doing that until they finally, explode, I guess? Then they start going faster, and there you go! Explosion! 1-up, which we'll just lose once we turn the game off anyway, but... Diddy is happy. No longer throwing that controller at the wall and smashing it. Because controllers these days are expensive. Back when this game came out, I'm gonna have a cranky rant. Back when Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo were a thing, new controllers I think were only 30 or 40 bucks. But these days you're paying 60, 70 bucks for a new controller. And it's just why? Why should I have to play that? Why should I have to pay that much to play games with my friends? It was a really significant thing back in the day. Being able to have 4 Nintendo 64 controllers so that you could play 4-player Mario Party and Mario Kart. That was really important. That was the best part of owning a Nintendo 64 for sure. It was just such a great advancement in multiplayer. It was awesome. And then if your friend had a 64, they could usually bring over their controller. So it was pretty good. If both of you owned 2 controllers, then at least if you ever got together and played games, you could always have 4. But still, controllers these days cost so much, and it's pretty silly. One thing you can actually do, I like with the PlayStation 3, is you can actually get a PS2 to USB controller adapter, and I believe if you do that, you can then use PS2 controllers for multiplayer games on your PS3, which is really great. And those adapters go for $3 on eBay. they are really good. I used one when I did my Super Mario Advance 4 e-reader level Let's Play. I used a PS2 controller. It says it's almost exactly the same as a Super Nintendo controller with minor differences. The hand grips and stuff like that. But there you go. That's the first level of World 3 down. That took us about 4 minutes, so that's kind of par for the course, I guess. And yeah, it had 3 bonus games. I don't think there's any level in Donkey Kong Country 1 that has more than 3 bonus games. I'm pretty sure it kept with the thing of the second and third game started where but also had where every single level has between 1 to 3 bonus games, except in this game I guess some don't even have any, such as underwater levels and the first minecart level. But yeah, that was really tough for me as a kid, and I haven't played this game in a number of years, so I didn't do any prep for this Let's Play at all. I didn't do a run-through of the game. This is the first time I've literally played it in probably half a decade. Actually played through the whole game. So, so far my memory's been serving me pretty well. But as a kid, these first few levels always threw me off, especially Treetop Town, which is one gigantic hole at the bottom of the screen. And then barrel shenanigans ensue. Also, we need to bounce off a thing to get to this thing. Are you enough? No, we need to get this one here. And then we need to run back. I always botched this as a kid, but there we go. We got it. Everyone wants to spell the Kong letters. Oh wow, that was awful. Anyway, we get to, this is the first time. Actually, I'm not. I shouldn't even say it. I'm pretty sure that's the first time we get to see Donkey Kong's disappointed reaction. Because we've seen Diddy's a couple times now, but overall, nothing that great. I mean, Donkey Kong handles it a lot better. Diddy gets really freaking mad and just like freaks out. But I mean, yeah, Donkey Kong is a much more mature person, I suppose. But he would never be in any game again because he always totally got kidnapped, which is really silly. I always thought that was so dumb. It's like Donkey Kong Country. Why? Like it shouldn't be about saving Donkey Kong. That's like if Super Mario was about saving Super Mario. It's just like, what is this madness? Boom. K and O. I've always thought it was really weird in this level how you actually find the O after the checkpoint, because you would normally think, wow, Andrew, I thought you were better at video games than that. You normally think that you should find KO, and then the checkpoint would be kind of like the halfway point in the level, but no, in this level, it's totally not like that. Also, it actually remembers that we still have the O. Where I think in the other Donkey Kong Country games, it remembers what Kong letters you have at the checkpoint. So like if you had K and O and then got the checkpoint, it would remember that you had K and O. But if you got K, the checkpoint, and then found the O somehow, it would still only think you had the K when you came back. It's weird like that. Also, that banana is totally not trying to tell us to do that. At least that one wasn't so so silly. But there are a lot of bonus games where it's like who is actually going to think about doing that? Also, we missed out on the end, but we totally don't need it. I think if you miss this one, I'm actually gonna do it. I'm totally gonna do it, and this is on purpose. I'm pretty sure that if you miss this one, it actually doesn't kill you. That's very nice of it. Very nice indeed. Like it's just barrel shenanigans. But yeah, this level always gave me trouble as a kid, just because I've gotten a lot better at the barrel shenanigans these days. But as a kid, I was terrible at the barrel shenanigans. Which is yeah, pretty much just like that. Oh. Like I said, it's been a while since I've played this, but this is no excuse for the pitiful display as I have had in these few deaths here. Even Donkey Kong Country, sorry, not Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong 64 had barrel segments too, which is funny. You had those Donkey Kong launch pads, which would take you up into kind of a barrel-styled minigame. I really like Donkey Kong 64. Like, as a kid, I have really fond memories of playing it. Although I totally understand the bad rap that it sometimes gets these. I'm just so quick to want to jump into that barrel that I don't realize, like, it's kind of silly that you go into automatic barrels, which then lead you to a non-automatic barrel. I don't know. It's just a weird setup, and I always kind of forget how it works out. Yeah, I'm just in too much of a rush. That's why videos end in like 5 minutes. But so far, this one's almost about 10 minutes, and we still have one more level after this. So everybody will be getting their Christmas wishes. That this Let's Play, will be longer than like half an hour. But man, my train of thought is that I totally understand people's complaints that Donkey Kong 64 just has too much collecting going on. Like you get the golden bananas, and then you need to collect coins so you can buy things from Cranky, and then you unlock like certain abilities, which then allow you to access more areas. Which then you have to collect regular bananas, then you have to collect the banana fairies, and you have to collect the medals and the crowns and the. Like, I totally understand the complaints about Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong 64. It's just a little too much collecting. But as a kid, I mean, I loved collecting, and I still love it today. I remember a few years ago, though, I did try to pick up Donkey Kong 64 again. But I just didn't have the time to deal with that. Like, that was one of those games where, like, when you were 5 years old and didn't have any other worries in the world, go for it, If you're just gonna come home and just play, Donkey Kong 64 from the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed, except for the, like eating and going to school. That's. Hey, I totally clipped through that. That was like the best time to play Donkey Kong 64. But like to pick it up today when you have like serious school that you actually have to care about and jobs and families and all that, there's no way you are 101%ing Donkey Kong 64. It is just an insanely massive game. But it's a really good one. Like, if you can get past the fact that there's just too much collecting going on, it's really good. You actually only really need to collect, like, 100 out of the 201 golden bananas to beat the game. Because I believe, yeah, Hideout Helm only requires 100 golden bananas. So that's only half of, like, the total. Which is really interesting. So if you're not like a completionist like me, you could maybe still beat it. but like I can't leave a level unless I know I've found every single thing. So it takes a long time for me to beat Donkey Kong 64. But wow, that level, it wasn't hard. I mean, it was a bit tricky, but it was just me being dumb, pretty much. But with that said, we have another forest level here. Forest Frenzy, and I remember having trouble with this one as a kid too. This one always threw me off. But at least by this point, you've unlocked Funky's flights. So you could go back to either World 1 or 2 to save if you forgot to do so after beating the first boss. Or after the second boss, rather. See, that's just a matter of me trying to jump for things when I shouldn't. It's good that if you die with both Kongs, you still have both of them when you return to the overworld map. Is that true in the other Donkey Kong Country games? Or does it only leave you with the one that you were using when you died? I actually forget. But see, we're just going to take our time. This level is all about moving ropes, and there's a patience factor here for sure. So we're going to want to try to not rush too much. Although I have noticed that that's a thing I tend to do sometimes in video games. Although wow, see that just did not take very long to get at all. I don't think we can break that with anything. Of course, Donkey Kong Country definitely known for, I mean, it's known for a lot of things. It's very nice graphics for the time, still very nice today. I'd still, like, these graphics are beautiful. Very good music, very good gameplay. Donkey Kong Country has everything, which is why it's really good. But this music is really good too. I've always really liked the foresty music. It's very nice. So far, no bonus games unless I missed one, which is totally possible. But hopefully not. I think that there's a pretty tricky bonus game at the end that requires a bit of shenanigans, but we'll have to see about that. If we're going based on the letters, though, it looks like we're about 3/4 of the way through the level. So far, not as bad as the last level. Man, I always say, I hope this video goes well, and then I end up messing it up. So from now on, we're totally not going to say that ever again. That's a lie. We'll totally say that again. But let's see. 8 lives. Get some bananas. Dodge all these guys. See, I was terrible at this as a kid, and I would just die over and over and over at parts like this. But now that I've played so many like bullet hell shoot-'em-ups, my ability to perceive things has gotten much better. Now see, you need to take this barrel all of the way to the other side of this little hill here. And I would normally try to just kind of go underneath them without it breaking, but it's totally smarter to just keep putting it back down and picking it up after you've destroyed them. But see, as a kid, I didn't really know that you could put it down by holding down and letting go of the Y button. It's totally a useful thing to know. So you got you, and this should be the bonus game. There we go. So yeah, see, as a kid, that was really hard for me. But these days, not so much. And there are just tons of bananas in this room. But again, I mean, we're turning off the game. So, like, pretty much all of the bonus games in Donkey Kong Country 1 have to do with getting 1-ups, but if you're good at the game, like, you're probably not going to have too much of an issue with lives. If you've played it so many times like I have, and you know, you just know all the secrets. Bonus games are kind of irrelevant, but it's mainly for the percentage. You're not really too worried about collecting all of the bananas, but for the sake of completeness, I figure I should show off those kinds of things. But we actually missed the bonus game in that level. Oh my gosh, this is one of the first times we're actually going to have to go back and look for things that we missed inside of Forest Frenzy. Where did I miss a thing? I'm actually totally forgetting. Actually, no, I'm not. I believe it is at the part where all of those vultures fly past you at the end. I think if you look really closely at the ground, you can see just a little bit of the top of a bonus barrel. I'm pretty sure that's where it's hidden. I was just so busy talking about having trouble dodging those vultures as a kid that I totally forgot. So we're going to work our way back there. We're going to complete this level, get that exclamation point, and I think that, with the exception of the first video, this is definitely going to be one of the longer ones. So see, don't worry, this Let's Play is not going to be too short. Now that we're getting into the swing of things, now that we're in the later worlds, well, World 3, I don't know, I mean, this game only has like 6 worlds, so we're almost halfway, I guess. But it's going to get a lot more difficult. Like the snow world, we're gonna have trouble with. I can promise you. Things are going to be pretty rocky from here on out. I'm pretty good at Donkey Kong Country, but I'm not perfect at Donkey Kong Country. I'm not perfect at anything. Nobody is perfect, so we're gonna have some trouble coming up. Don't you worry about that. But in the meantime, I think we're just about to where that bonus game was hidden. We use some bouncing here. Go under here, we get the N. I think this is okay. Let's just Look at the bottom of the screen. Everybody look down for a bonus barrel. Did I just miss it? No, I think that was... I'm pretty sure it's once the vultures start coming. Oh no, oh no. Wait, thank goodness it brings you back to the rope, or else that would have been really bad. Everybody look down, 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 down. See, you're so busy dodging. There it is down there. There it is. Not sure how I didn't get killed, because I totally feel like I hit that one from the bottom. Which totally should have counted as a hit. But here we have a chance to get ourselves a Rambi token. See, much better at that than I was in the first few videos of this Let's Play. Thankfully. I believe that should get us the exclamation mark that we are looking for. Yeah, I completely forgot about that the first time. And it is very kind and brings you right to here. Now with Diddy, it is possible to run underneath each of them with the barrel in front of you, but the way that DK holds it above him, it's like, it's totally impossible. See, it can't be done. But we tried, and I suppose that is what counts. But with that should be it, I believe. There we go, Forest Frenzy, meaning that in the next part, the conclusion to World 3, which, as I said, is now 3 levels plus a boss, so hopefully that will be a lengthy part. We have another temple level, a water level, and I won't spoil anything else about that. But until then, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you next time for more Donkey Kong Country 1. So thanks, and see you later.